Today, we're going to do a little bit of, well, digital archaeology. We're going to explore this personal website called HavanaTrends. Now, at first glance, it really looks like a relic from an older internet. But trust me, hidden inside its pages is a truly remarkable story. So let's dive in.
And that really brings us to the central question for our journey today. I mean, the site itself was built in 2005. But what's amazing is how it reaches back decades earlier, capturing these incredible moments from a pivotal time in computing history, all from a really personal point of view.
So when you first land on HavanaTrends, it's a little confusing. It's not slick or modern, you know? It feels more like a collection of all these different ideas and services and stories just kind of living together in one place. It really is like opening a digital time capsule.
Just take a look at the site's main navigation. It shows you just how varied this whole thing is. You've got everything from programming courses and web services to these sections that are just called storytelling or technology plus ideas. It's this eclectic mix that honestly doesn't immediately tell you what it's all about. But if you start clicking around a bit, you realize this isn't just some random collection of links. It's a personal archive. And the most fascinating thread, the one that's kind of buried in here, is this first-hand account of the dawn of personal computing in a place you would probably never expect.
And this is where the story really takes off. The website's author takes us all the way back to the 1970s in Cuba, a time and a place where, as you can imagine, access to technology was incredibly limited. But even so, innovation was absolutely thriving.
So, in 1972, the author, a man named Octavio, gets his start at the Center for Scientific Research. Just a year later, he meets his mentor, Dr. Thalia Harmony. And get this, by 1977, he and his colleagues are already having these deep, philosophical conversations about the future of robotics.
And what kind of machine were they doing all this on? Not some giant mainframe in a sterile data center. Nope. They were working on a CID-201B, a Cuban-made computer with just 32 kilowords of memory. The input? They used a punch tape reader. I mean, think about that for a second. This was incredibly hands-on, almost primitive computing by today's standards.
This quote from Octavio just perfectly captures what it was like. He says, "We lived through the personal computer revolution years before it even existed." See, because his small department had direct access to their machine, they could just experiment and create freely, without all the bureaucracy of the big calculation centers. They basically had a personal computer, in spirit, long before that was even a thing for most people. But here's the thing. The site isn't just some dry, technical history. It weaves all these memories together with these broader philosophies, really personal stories, and even touching anecdotes about the people and the pets that shaped his life.
And the real character of the website, what makes it so special, is how it just jumps from these high-level, abstract ideas about programming to these incredibly grounded human moments, a lot of the time with no transition at all.
For example, on one hand, you'll find it proposing that everything you see on a screen can be universally understood as a spreadsheet, which is a really fascinating theoretical idea. And then, on the other hand, there's this heartfelt tribute to his family dog Galita, who he remembers was very naughty, but also gave us a lot of love and happiness.
Or take this beautiful little story he calls Human Facebook. He's waiting for a repairman, a total stranger shows up also waiting, and they just start talking. And it leads him to this really simple but profound thought: why wait until everyone has internet to use Facebook? Facebook, we have it within reach. It's just this perfect reminder of human connection long before social media.
You know, the deeper you dig into this site, the more you realize it's a true cabinet of curiosities. It's basically a repository for every single idea, story, or solution that the author found interesting enough to just write down and share.
I mean, the range here is staggering. There are articles on the history of motorcycles in Cuba, a personal physics theory he has about dark energy, a super technical guide for fixing a Windows bug, and a love story with the charming title, "I Met Ileana and for a moment I was Don Quixote." So yeah, this is clearly not a blog with a single theme. The theme is just one person's incredibly curious mind.
Okay, so after digging through all of these different threads, the technical history, the personal stories, the random curiosities, a much clearer picture of the website and the person behind it really starts to emerge. Which brings us right back to our central question. After seeing all this, what is HavanaTrends? What's its purpose?
Well, I think the author, Octavio, says it best himself right in his welcome message. He introduces himself and he offers to share his experiences, the good and the bad. And then he just extends this simple, open invitation. If you are a novice, then welcome. And if you are an expert, then welcome too.
So, HavanaTrends isn't just a website. It's a memory box, it's a digital journal, it's this public notebook that's just filled with solutions and ideas and stories. And more than anything, it's a testament to a life that was lived with this deep, deep curiosity, both about how machines work and about how humans connect with each other.
And that leaves us with one final thought to maybe chew on. Octavio's story is a great reminder that technology is never just about circuits and code. It's built by people with lives and memories and philosophies. Which really makes you wonder, what personal stories are hidden away in the code that you use every single day?